pizza boy that's got fucking great jokes, and I think he's fucking awesome. Give it up for Bear Quattlebaum at the dopest show on earth.
Thank you. How's it going, guys? He already gave away my first joke, but I'm going to tell it anyways because I think it's that fucking fun. You guys, I am a pizza distribution specialist. I am 36 years old, which makes the only thing I have going on right now that's quasi-adult is the fact that I tied my own tie. Everything else going on right now is a total mockery of adulthood, you guys. But I'm 36, and I've been delivering pizza on and off since I was 18. That is half of my life, you guys. I have learned two things, okay? One, being a pizza boy is like being a gynecologist. You smell it the whole time you're on the clock, and you can't taste any of it. Two, it's like being a stripper. I get paid mostly in ones, and the older I get, the sadder it is. I'm a holdout, though, guys. I've seen enough adult film that I know eventually I'm going to ring that magic doorbell. She's going to open the door in like a swimsuit and a bathrobe. The mixture of high-grade marijuana and hot pepperoni starts to get her a little excited. The tattoos and the mohawks say inappropriate and dangerous, but I'm white and I'm in the suburbs, so it's still pretty on the up and up. I follow her in the house. As soon as I break the threshold of the door, the voice in my head goes, "It's not a delivery. It's a porno." We get inside. I give her a tip. She gives me a tip. Good service is rendered. And then the coolest thing ever happened, you guys. I finally got to taste it. I don't like our sauce. You guys, as a pizza boy, I don't make a lot of money. So I choose not to date. It's just a fruitless venture for me. And I masturbate a lot. Like 2, 4, 12 times a night. That much masturbation leads to that much porn. And if porn has taught me anything, it's that women love to be ejaculated on. My favorite way to ejaculate on a woman, guys, when you first get hard, and you've got that little bit of pre-cum on the tip, get it with your thumb and get it right in the forehead like Simba. You guys, I do masturbate a lot. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. I've been divorced for about 6 years, and I've only had a girlfriend for about one of those years. And I'm not a booty call kind of guy. I'm just not wired that way, I guess. So I masturbate a lot. They say it takes 10,000 hours to perfect a skill. I'll vouch. I have like a white lab coat. It's all stiff and uncomfortable. It originally started out as like a blue terry cloth bathrobe. Like, I've done the work on this, people. You guys, you know how when you were in high school, you had that friend who's like, "Oh, I want to bang a cheerleader. I want to bang a cheerleader." And then, like, when you got old enough to drink or whatever, your buddies are like, "Oh, man, I want to bang a stripper. I want to bang a stripper." I want to go to California, and I want to bang the chicks that play Disney princesses. I want to start with a Mulan, because I've never had an authentic brunette. I feel like I might be missing out on something. I want to know what's up. I'm thinking, the other thing about Mulan is if it lasts long enough to get weird, she's totally down to be a boy. I'm thinking an Ariel. Not when she's a mermaid, though, because fish parts are gross. But when she's on land and can walk and can't fucking say anything. Snow White, because, I mean, 7 dwarves, I've got a pretty good shot. And I think beyond that, I'm pretty sure I'll have gotten arrested by then, guys. They're going to kick me out of the park. Sorry, I like that joke. It's terrible, but it's fun. She doesn't want to laugh. She wants to laugh, but she's like, I can't acknowledge that it's funny because it sets back everything I know about princesses. Sorry, guys. I got really high. Like, I know that's what we're here to do, and it's unprofessional, and I apologize. I'm a bad person. You guys, what if every time you yawned, a ghost was sticking its dick in your mouth? Like, you can try and cover your mouth when you yawn, and it's not going to matter. It's a ghost stick. It's going right through. Just a thought. Consider it when you go to bed tonight. Let it wringle around in your head for a while. You guys, I go to trade school. I'm trying to better myself. I'm getting an education. And it sounded really good on paper. And once I got there, I realized trade school was like a level below community college. But the one thing that I've taken from them is they always tell me, you got to dress for the job you want, not the job you have. And I've always wanted to be a rock star, you guys. And I'll tell you why, because rock stars see titties every night. Different ones all the time. And they didn't pay for anything. No matter how funny I get. Like the guy from Creed. The guy from Creed gets to see titties every... With arms wide open. That guy gets to see titties every night. No matter how funny I am. No girls ever be like, oh my God, it's hilarious. It doesn't happen. So I want to be a rock star. And that's why I have an inappropriate mohawk. Now the question is my mohawk inappropriate in my world? What do you think? Yes? No? You know what I found out? I'm a pizza boy. It doesn't matter. I could dress up like Oscar the Grouch and I'm still going to make the same amount of money. Except one year, I did deliver pizza in a Mario outfit and I made money. I don't even know where I'm going with this stuff, you guys, anymore. You guys, I used to be a lot fatter than I am now. Like, close to 550, maybe even 600 pounds. And I decided I was going to lose weight, and I lost a lot of weight. And then I decided I need to get help to lose, like, you hit that plateau. So I was going to go see a doctor so I could lose more weight. And I don't like fucking doctors, guys. They make me nervous. So I got really high in the parking lot before I went in. I go inside, and there's this pretty cute receptionist. She looks a little bit like a rockabilly chick, and it's her job to ask me questions. I'm talking to her for a while, and I'm getting excited. Like, there's a chick, and she knows that I exist, and I know it doesn't matter, but my boner doesn't know that. It's like, yeah, what's going on up there? It starts coming out. And then this cuter nurse takes me in the back. She's kind of pissed off about something. I'm imagining she's fighting with her girlfriend or something. But she's got a nice fat ass, and I have to follow her down these hallways. And so I'm like getting excited again. I've got like about a half of a chubby at this point. She takes me into one of those rooms. She puts the blood pressure cuff on me. She's like, you reek of weed. And I was like, yeah, but does that excite you? She goes, I'm a little jealous. I was like, oh, I'm in. I got like 3/4 of a boner. If I can smoke with this chick, I can nail this chick. It's just that easy. The doctor comes in and totally cock blocks me, and the nurse is walking out of the room, and the doctor says something, and I'm not paying attention. The nurse turns around behind the doctor and goes, boom, full-blown hard-on. Doctor looks me dead in the eyes and goes like this. And I'm like, what's up? And he goes, drop your trousers. Let's get this show on the road. I've got a full-blown hard-on. I'm high as balls. And this man looks me in the eye and says, drop your trousers. I'm an adult and I can do this. I slowly undo my belt. My nipples got a little hard because I realized I was slowly undoing my belt. And I just undid my belt and closed my eyes and dropped my pants. I felt the doctor cut my balls. I ran my fingers through his hair. I didn't really know what to do. The nurse is running into the wall like there's a glitch in the Matrix. The doctor just looks at me and he sees the tip and he gets it with his thumb and he gets me like Simba. Thank you guys. I've been Bear Quattlebaum. I hope you enjoy the rest of the dopest show on earth.
Come on, I told you. Funny people here in Denver. This is one of the guys. Give it up for Bear one more time, you guys. We all know the Mohawk was a good fucking choice. That's Bear, man. That's a fucking cool dude. This, I don't know, whatever you guys do with all this beautiful recreational smoking and marijuana, don't get jaded about it. This is fucking awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause for just exercising the right to smoke weed like this. This is fucking cool. We've never had the dope show where we could just smoke weed like this, you guys. You know, I've always wanted weed to be legal for no other reason than to get rid of those fucking stupid anti-pot commercials. Remember those, you guys? How about some of those, you guys? Remember the one, you guys ever see this one where the girl was in her kitchen with her dog? And her dog says, please don't smoke weed. You're just not the same when you smoke weed. Oh, I'm not the same. You're a fucking talking dog, okay? Oh, you guys didn't even hear any of that fucking joke at all, you fucking stoners. Not one bit. It's like, it's just lost in the fucking ether of this fucking room. I love it. You guys, check this out. How about this one? You guys ever see the one where the kid is walking downstairs to his basement, right? Where his big brother lives? And he says, my big brother never stole from anyone. My big brother never got arrested. My big brother never did anything at all. Sounds like a pretty decent guy to me. Why are we fucking with him? Shit, if anybody deserves to get high, it's the guy sitting in his basement watching the fucking Simpsons, right? You guys, seriously. You guys are fucking lethargic, hilariously. So, you know what's going to be great is when they start making commercials geared right toward us stoners. Isn't that going to be great, dude? It's going to be fucking awesome. It's going to be like, how about those MasterCard debit commercials? It'd be like, 1/8 ounce of OG Master Kush, $65. Hand-blown glass pipe, $45. 1968 Volkswagen bus, $800. Having a cop drive past you while you're getting stoned, priceless. You know, how about those Dos Equis commercials? You guys like those? The world's most interesting man. Why not the world's most interesting stoner, you guys, right? He's the world's most interesting stoner. He smokes more marijuana than the Wu-Tang Clan. He considers chicken pot pie a 3-course meal. He's known Snoop Dogg since he was a pup. Every watch, clock, or timepiece he owns is permanently set at 4:20. He uses High Times magazine for sexual stimulation. And when he masturbates, he only uses hemp-based lubricants. He claims to have coined the phrase puff, puff, pass. In the presence of law enforcement, he can literally smell bacon. You guys are fucked up. He's the world's most interesting stoner. I don't normally smoke marijuana, my friends, but when I do it every day for 30 years. Stay stony, my friends. You guys are the best, man. I love fucking stoner audiences. They're like, what? They're like, yeah, man, he said something about titties. Speaking of titties, you guys, we're going to bring up a female comic. You guys ready for a female comedian? Get a little estrogen going. This lady's a cougar. You know I like the cougs. And she's also an MMJ patient that has been saved by marijuana. Am I right? And here she is to do comedy for you guys. So give it up for Carol Morris in the house at iBake.
Rawr. Give it up for the hostess with the mostest. Or a host with the most. 420 comic Jeffrey Peterson here. Yeah. We are in heaven, folks. I call this heaven when I can walk into a room or a bar or a business and the plume of smoke in the air is not cigarette smoke. It's marijuana smoke. Yeah, that's heaven. And I visualize this day, everything like this. And I want you all to know Timothy Tipton is here in the audience tonight. Give it up for him. I met him like 7 years ago. 7 years ago when I signed on to become an activist for marijuana rights as I was going through my hell in the courts with my children. But, and you know, I don't know if it's becoming an activist that put me on the watch list. I know I'm on a watch list, but I do believe If it wasn't becoming an activist that put me on it, it was hanging out with the likes of Timothy Tipton. Right? Every job I've ever had, I've been fired from. Because my mama didn't raise a quitter. Yeah. True story. True story here, folks. Yeah. Last job I had was working at that big green corporate coffee house, Starbucks, where if you drink too much of their overprocessed coffee, it'll make you want to fuck like a rabbit, right? With stars in your eyes. And I seem to think it was okay to smoke my medical marijuana on my breaks, just like the cigarette smokers smoke their cigarettes. Nicotine, THC. It does the same thing. Calms you down, helps you focus, right? Look how calm the audience is tonight here. A little too calm for me, folks. But too much weed already. But anyways, so when it got brought to management's attention, which I wasn't slacking off, I did good with my titty dancer friendly when I'd say, "Thank you, sweetie," and smile with a twinkle in my eye. I'd make money hand over fist in tips, but when it got brought up to management's attention that I was smoking marijuana, they were like, "Oh, dear. We're going to have to talk to corporate about this. We don't know how they are going to feel about you being high on our floor." And I go, "Huh? You've got to be kidding me. What self-respecting person would do this job without getting high first?" And with that, I got my walking papers. Yeah. I used to be a soccer mom. Yeah, kind of got fired from that job too. I don't know what it was, folks. I don't know if it was my attitude, when my ex would come home and be pissed off the house wasn't cleaned and his laundry wasn't done. I was like, "Oh, come on. You've got to be kidding me. Look at where you found me. You plucked me off the stages of a titty bar. I think you're expecting a little too much here. At best, on a good day, that is. I'm no more than just an arm piece with an attitude, okay?" Yeah. And then the dumbass had children with the arm piece, right? And he had kind of made me put the marijuana away, which I saved it for I got him to let me keep it and get it from his partners for me in order to, do bondage, right? Believe it or not, using sex to get what you want. So I had weed around to smoke all the time. And would you like to know what the safety word is? Bondage. Go back there. Bondage, right? Safety word was Shanahan. Yeah. All I can say is thank God his era had ended in Denver by the time I got divorced. Because it was hard watching the news. It was like, oh, my God, there you go. You had to say Shanahan again, But so anyways, he came home from work one day and opened the door, and my youngest greeted him at the door, who was 4 years old then. And she goes, "Daddy, I'm doing Mommy's medicine." And then it didn't help that same exact year, my oldest, who was 7, happened to be in the DARE program. And when it came to them asking, "So, how do your parents smoke their marijuana or cigarettes? Is it like this? Or is it like this?" And she goes, "What? My mommy doesn't smoke her cigarettes like that. It's like this." And with that, I kind of got my walking papers from that job, too. Give it up for Dare for being a bunch of homewreckers, folks. Yeah.
Give it up for Carol, you guys, for rocking, you guys. That was a great punchline. That was very fucking funny. Wow, we've turned the Dope Show stage around. Guys, how you fuckers doing back there? I love it. I love it. There's no obligation to be into this show whatsoever. This is like somebody's basement. I could give a fuck if you pay attention or not. It's so cool. There's people, I know, I can see some people my age there. Dude, no wonder we're stoners, you guys. Look at the shit we grew up with when we were kids. Remember fucking HR Puffin stuff? Anybody in the room? You ever fucking listen to the lyrics of that song? HR Puffin stuff. Who's your friend when things get rough? HR Puffin stuff. You can't do a little because you can't do enough. Fucking potheads. HR Puffin stuff. What does that mean, HR? I figured it out. Hand rolled. You're not going to be puffing stuff unless that shit's hand rolled. That kid Jimmy running around with his talking flute. I got news for you, kid. That's your bong, okay? You're that fucking high. Put it down, dude. How about my other favorite guys when I was a kid? Scooby and Shaggy, right? Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Hey, that's no mystery. They're in the fucking mystery machine getting high again, right? They had all the symptoms. They were seeing hallucinations. They were paranoid. And they constantly had the fucking munchies. Besides, it's not Scooby-Doo, it's Scooby-Dooby-Doo. I was paying attention for you guys. Who else but a stoner would come up with the word zoinks? Zoinks. Seriously. That's a fucking keeper right there. All our favorite cartoons were on drugs, you guys. Don't get me started on Speedy Gonzales. That dude, seriously. Oh, fucking meth head. And his cousin Slowpoke Rodriguez. Did you guys see that they got Peabody and Sherman's coming back? Set the Wayback Machine. Remember that when we were kids? Peabody here. I always wanted to see him do this. Peabody here. My boy Sherman. Hey, Mr. Peabody. Let's set the Wayback Machine to August 29th, 1969. Woodstock, New York. What are we going to do there, Mr. Peabody? We're going to stop the hippies from eating the brown acid. Come on, that's a fucking great joke, and we know it. You fuckers, thank you. That's the first time that joke ever fucking worked. Wow. I love you guys. That just gave me a comedy boner. Thank you guys. On that note, this guy, seriously, this guy is, I'm so glad to have him here. I used to do comedy in California, luckily enough, for the emperor himself, Jack Hare. Anybody heard of Jack Hare in this room? The guy who wrote The Emperor Wears No Clothes. Well, this guy is a comedian in his own right. He's also known as Marijuana Man, and I used to know him as Jack Hare's personal assistant. It's Roland A. Doobie in the house.
All right. I am Roland A. Doobie. My website's marijuanaman.com. I love pot. I remember the first time I tried pot, it was in the 80s, and I was like, man, this shit would be good in any temperature. Yeah. I love pot. My girlfriend says I smoke too much pot. She says, you got to get a hobby. So I learned hydroponics. Yeah. Women are strange, though, you know. They'll double up their words, and it completely changes what they're saying. You know, oh, we went shopping, but we didn't go shopping. Yeah. Oh, I went driving, but I didn't go driving. Or I love you, but I don't love you. See, that shit doesn't work for guys. I tried it. I was like, officer, I wasn't speeding. Yeah, it's weed, but it's not weed. He still beat me. So, August 29th, 2013, I was diagnosed with leukemia. Yeah, boo. But hey, I lost 100 pounds. My fucking dealer's going to kill me. He's pissed. So I was doing a comedy show out in California, or Oregon and Washington and Idaho called Ganjapalooza, April 20th. On the way back, I got arrested in fucking Arizona. I hate freaking cops. And he comes up to the car, he's like, is there anything in your car I need to know about? I said, there's nothing in my car you need to know about, dude. Especially not in the trunk. He says, boy, your eyes look... You should see them from my side. He asked me, he says, get out of the car. And I didn't want to get out of the car, you know. He drags me out of the car and beats me and takes me back to his car. You know, they beat me like I'm Rodney King of the marijuana movement, you know. Can't we all just hit a bong, man? And they drag me back to the cop car and they shove me in. They say, watch your head. After you just fucking beat the shit out of me, you're going to worry about whether or not I bump my head. Thank you. So like I'm saying, this has been 60 days to 420. Almost a year since I've done stand-up, so I had to write some notes. Because I have got the short-term memory of a stoner. I made a lot of... You know, what I hate really is lying potheads. Y'all ever deal with these lying potheads? I had this guy, he said he's going to go get me a bag of pot. He's gone for 3 or 4 hours. He finally gets back. He says, I'm sorry it took so long. I had to change a tire. I'm like, motherfucking liar. You're wearing the same clothes that you were wearing when you left. All right, clothes is called a tire. Yeah. Whoosh. 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 I used to be Jack Hare's assistant, you know, and Jack, we would be driving around, you know, and he thought this was funny. He would be smoking a joint, and he wouldn't give me a hit. And I'd be like, come on, give me a hit. And he says, wait till we get out of the no passing zone. He would see a sign that says pothole ahead, and he'd be like, stop, stop, stop. And I fucking stop. And he's like, what's going on? He says, there's a pothole. We need some fucking pot. Go check it. Oh, goodness. I'm going blind, y'all. I'm getting old. I'm 47. Anybody older than 47? No? You are? Get the fuck out of here. I'm religious. I believe in God. Everybody else believe in God? I had a guy arguing with me. He's like, the Bible's against marijuana. I said, show me. You know, where the Bible's against marijuana. He shows me this passage. It says, Jesus stopped a whore from getting stoned. It also says gay people, if you're going to be gay, you got to smoke marijuana. It says it right in the Bible. If a man is going to lay with another man, he must be stoned. Indeed. Oh, I smoke a lot of pot. I started smoking pot to relieve the stress from MS, Windows 98. What a tough program, man. Stressful. I'm a college graduate. We got any college graduates? Right on. I got my master's in BS from LSD. I love LSD. God, I haven't done any acid, though, since way back when I was in the bathroom. I'm a vegetarian. We got any vegetarians? Vegans? I'm not really vegetarian. I'm more of an herbivore. I smoke herb before every meal. Yeah. And after. Stop shaking hand. Oh, I love pot. They say it makes you paranoid, you know? I say it makes you realize people are watching you. It's like Thanksgiving. I'm having Thanksgiving dinner, all right? I rolled me this big fat joint out of this killer pot my mom got for me. And I started feeling, after about 3 or 4 hits, I started feeling like I was being watched. I looked around, everybody in Wendy's is staring. Everybody in Wendy's is staring. Except for this stupid couple over in the corner. I know they were stupid because I heard the woman, she goes, I told you not to say shit in front of the kids. Oh, I had a job one time working for a roofing company. And I had to quit like after a week because everybody kept calling me a paranoid pothead, you know, in Morse code with their hammers. I was going to get back at them. I was going to go down to Atlanta and go get a witch down in Atlanta and do something evil. Let me warn you, if you're going to do this at the Black Arts Festival, nothing to do with witchcraft, right? Whole different thing. I met this cool chick. She says she likes black bald men. I'm like, I am not painting my balls black for a woman ever again. Ever again, man. All right, what's in the news? Listen to the news a lot. The Middle East is always in the news, right? You ever notice how that Middle East stuff sounds like cigarettes? Give me 2-pack Stannies and Israelites and a Camel. If you don't smoke Camel, you ain't Shiite. What's that? Camel City. I have some stuff here I've been writing down for the last couple of months. I realized one day you just can't say happiness without saying penis. Anybody else notice that? Now you'll never be able to say it. Every time you say happiness, penis. Happiness. Oh, Lord, I got to get new glasses, y'all. I always thought my dad was a psychotherapist when I was a kid. And then when I got older and I reread the paperwork, I realized he was the rapist. So, I thought that was pretty funny myself. Got a Facebook message from my crazy ex-girlfriend. She says she's suicidal and she's standing on the edge. And so I poked her. All right. She was strange. She wanted me to get her a stationary bike for Christmas. I went to like 12 stationary stores and they didn't have anything like that. There was one stationary store. They needed to change the name because they kept changing locations. How are you going to call it stationary if you keep moving the damn thing? I invested all my money into gold bonds recently, and now I'm stuck with all this friggin' medicated powder. Recently, I was driving now through the desert, and I blew an engine in my car. And he invited me to stay on the reservation and meet the chief. I don't normally do that kind of thing, But I was parked there, and I threw a Coke can out the window. And there he was on his horse crying. And I was like, I'm sorry, dude. I'll pick it up. You guys are all too young for that, right? No. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, you hear about that bird flu in Japan? You ever hear about that? I couldn't understand. Why is this on the news? That's what birds do, right? They fly. So, why is that even in the news? Oh, I love women, but they say they want a guy with a sense of humor, right? And then after 6 months, they're going, God, is everything a fucking joke to you? I happen to love my mother. Oh, shit. I'm on that brownie diet. I bake at 420 for 15 minutes, and then I eat. I got that off the instructions for cooking brownies. Oh, I'm not into politics. Anybody else into politics? Yeah. I always thought Netanyahu was something you did on the web. All right, let me find a closer here. I want to get off this with a good note. Somebody laugh. Let's see. All right, this is a little thing that happened to me recently. It got really cold here. Did you guys know that? It got really cold. All the fucking water pipes in my house froze, and I was like, "Damn, I'm glad I got papers." So. All right, thanks a lot. Hey, go to my website, marijuanaman.com. If you can't remember that, just remember bigfatpothead.com.
You guys, that's Roland A. Doobie right there. Told you we had funny fuckers. You residing down in Pueblo now? Oh, yeah, he's not going to... Yeah, he's not going to say where he's from. He's like kung fu with jokes. One more time for Roland A. Doobie. He's got the name. He's got to use it. Dawn Marie, will you come over here for just a moment? You guys, give Dawn Marie one more round of applause. You guys from the Mile High 420 nurses. Now, I've been noticing some cats who've been really enjoying the show out there. Who's really having a good time here at the Dopest Show on Earth, you guys? I'll tell you what, we're going to give some bargain balls stuff away. First and foremost, Little Tree Tokes. Where's Little Tree Tokes? Can you come on up here for a second? You guys, this is our sponsor, Bargain Balls. Do you guys know what Bargain Balls is? Do you know what Bargain Balls are? Never lose your lighter again. Don't let anybody steal your lighter, you guys. With Bargain Balls, you can protect your balls. I love that. Who just said that? Protect your balls. Yeah, that's for you right there. And you know what? This guy in the back. What's your name, bro, in the very back? Yeah. Rick, you've been having a kick-ass time, man. So you're going to get a Bargain Balls t-shirt. I've been noticing, Rick, this is the halfway point. Oops, I'm sorry. This is the halfway point, but I can't see well enough to tell. Is that a large? Are you a large, bro? All right, give it up for Rick, you guys. His enthusiasm is paying off. Don't be a lethargic stoner. Look at that. Bargain Balls. He's balling. Look at that. Oh, my God, Little Tree Tokes. Put a Bic on there, and we're going to make sure you're equipped, too, Dawn Marie. Give it up for Dawn Marie for being my co-hostess with the mostest. She's like a Twinkie. She's like a sexy Twinkie. You guys, stuffed with medicated marijuana filling. It's really cool. Woody Harrelson would fucking kill a zombie for that shit. So, guys, one more time for our sponsor, Bargain Balls in the house. That was our commercial. Ladies, thank you so much. We'll be giving some more of these away to enthusiastic fans out there. So that's for you. Guys, speaking of sponsors, before I bring up our two headliners, you guys ready for our headliners? Oh, they need more. No, they don't. They don't even fucking. They're like, whatever. They're lucky. One didn't even take a shower. The other one could give a fuck. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what? Sponsors are important, you guys, right? It's good. I want to say, first of all, too, we got a couple dignitaries in the house. That's my buddy Johnny B right there, you guys, from the Digger One Hitter No-Go. He's a fucking entrepreneur. He's an inventor, dude. And, ladies and gentlemen, the king of quality in the house. Oh, my God. Dude, we got fucking dignitaries here. You know what I hate? I hate when I go to a concert and there's a fucking sponsor that has nothing to do with the fucking band that's on the stage, right? You know what I mean? Do me a favor. What's the big concert venue here in Denver where people go? Red Rocks, right? Of course. What am I, retarded? You two at Red Rock. Don't you hate it when you go to a concert? It's like, Pepsi presents the Rolling Stones. What the fuck is that? When I go to a concert, man, I want to see a sponsor that's going to represent that band, right? Ladies and gentlemen, Red Rocks announces its summer concert series. Lipton presents iced tea. Bird's Eye Frozen Vegetables welcomes Black Eyed Peas with special guest corn. Lens Crafters brings you Stevie Wonder. It's okay. The black guy's like, you can laugh, motherfuckers. Don't be. Petco brings you Pitbull. Is Pitbull a band? It's a fucking artist. Are you guys that fucking... Oh, my God. EPT at-home pregnancy welcomes No Doubt. Trojan Condoms welcomes Pearl Jam. And Viagra brings you Limp Bizkit. That would be fun. You guys ready for one of your two headliners? These are my buddies, man. This guy right here is one of the two dudes from Sketchy Entertainment. They're going to be blowing all kinds of shit up. So after you've had fun tonight, you guys, don't forget, a week from tonight, Rain Pryor is coming to town, you guys. And that is fucking, it's going to be Rainin' Pryor. Okay, y'all? So, ladies and gentlemen, this guy is a fucking up-and-coming comic that is representing Denver well. He's a big part of this show. It's Cameron versus Humanity.
What is up, guys? iBake Denver, 8 years of the dopest show on earth, and this is the first show I've ever headlined. That's pretty fucking awesome for me. My name is Cameron versus Humanity. If you guys cannot tell, I am not from here. I'm from a little government conspiracy known as Casper, Wyoming. Some of you might not be familiar with Casper, but you really are. You guys just know it better by the term Cheney Land. Some of you are catching on. That's right. I grew up in the same city and state that Dick Cheney did. And there's not a lot of cool things to be said about Casper, Wyoming. But our one claim to fame is that we are the first city and state ever, and I mean ever, to produce a Sith Lord as vice president. And that's something to be proud of. I've been to a Mormon church a total of once in my life. And it was at 2:30 in the morning, and it was awesome. And you know, they're always handing out Bibles and Book of Mormons. So, like, the one on the altar is fair game, right? I thought so. I had a pocket full of name tags, and I went home. And I had a fun time. And I realized that in the Book of Mormon, where that fucking little line is that separates the paragraphs, fits perfectly in a 1 1/4 inch joint roller. Some of you were laughing. Some of you were looking at me a little funny, and I want to clear the air up. I would never do this with the Bible. I would never do this with the Quran, because that is religious doctrine. And it means something. I smoke the Book of Mormon. And in the Book of Mormon, they talk about the Jews so much. I don't know what their obsession is, but they talk about the Jews so much. When you were smoking one of those Mormon joints, it's like the Holocaust all over again. You're just burning it down, and telling punchlines backwards. That's what we're doing. You guys, this is fucking awesome. Are you having a good time? I'm having a good time. I came down to Denver. I've lived here a couple of years now, and I came down to Denver for a lot of the same reason you guys did. That's right, on the run. But I came down here. The medical marijuana was a big reason, and I love going to the dispensaries. But there's other things about Denver that I love too. Like as a kid, I really enjoyed going to Chuck E. Cheese. As an adult, I really like, the idea of a swingers club. But I found very quickly that the weed stores are the only ones I'm welcome in alone. That happened. You guys, growing up in Casper, there's not a lot to do except go to school and do meth. Those are just the facts of life. And I had a real problem with imaginary friends until I was about 6 or 7 years old. I think it was a side effect from all the meth. But the problem got so bad and I got so many imaginary friends, my parents had to buy an SUV just to haul all of us motherfuckers around. And one day we took that SUV on vacation to Casa Bonita, which is a punchline in itself. And I had a great time, you guys. And then I totally fucking left them there. I went back to Casper and I lived the rest of my life. And then I moved to Denver again. And let me tell you, I am scared shitless I'm going to run into one of them again. And I'm all for personal liberties, personal rights. I'm very supportive, but I'm pretty sure one of them's gay, and I don't know what that says about me. Good morning. These stoner shows are always fun because y'all are motherfucking chucklers. I've figured this out by now. It's no secret to me. I'm still with you. I'm high too. You guys, growing up in Casper, I was raised Christian. I still am, and I'm proud of that fact. And as a Christian, I think that it was a really good idea that we crucified Jesus at 33. Follow me on this. It was kind of like an image thing, right? Right? Like, fucking think about it, guys. 17 years after the fact, Tupac Shakur is still the realest motherfucker in the rap game, and he's a hologram. Could have gone the other way with Jesus. Could have been like the Elvis Presley or the Michael Jackson thing, where, I really liked younger Jesus when he was walking on water and curing the blind and turning water into wine. But ever since he started drinking so much of his own water and married that Magdalene whore, all bets are off. Because after 33 years old, I don't understand where the motherfucker gets off turning flour into cocaine. I don't get it. You guys, I love that weed is legal in Denver, but the job is not done. We got a lot more states to fucking legalize. I was smoking marijuana in a hotel room in Holdridge, Nebraska, when I got a call from the front desk asking me if my dog had taken a shit in my hotel room. You know, because that's what marijuana smells like in Holdridge, Nebraska. I took it as a hint. I figured the cops were probably on their way, so I hid all my weed. And just as I was expecting, I got a knock at the door. But it was cool. The only problem is I was sitting butt naked on the bed eating Cheetos. And we all know that when you yell through the door, "I'm naked," somehow it comes through to them as, "I'm hiding something." So I just decided to answer the door how I was. I'm walking up to the door. I'm getting ready to just open the door and smack these cops in the face with a cloud of Newport smoke and shame, when I see this little slip of paper shoot under the door. I pick it up, and it's a note. I read it, and it says, "Got green for sale. Check yes or no." And I did not know how to respond to this. I couldn't check yes because I know my Fifth Amendment rights. I couldn't check no because I'm a shitty liar. So I did what anybody in this room would do. I grabbed another slip of paper, I drew a kitty on it, and wrote meow, and slid it right back under the door. A couple seconds later, I get this confused-ass call to my hotel room. It's like, "Did you say meow?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, you asked me a stupid question. I gave you a stupid answer." And he's like, "Dude, I'm so sorry about my approach, but I really need to get high." And I'm like, "Dude, I don't smoke weed." Oh, shit. But I do smoke cigarettes. And I have a cool menthol over here with your name on it because I think I'm black. And he asked me, "Cool menthol, does that get you high?" Now, I don't know how many of you in this room have smoked a cool menthol cigarette, but the answer to that question is yes. So I invite him over to my hotel room. Get a knock at the door. I go answer it, fully clothed this time. And there's two dudes standing there, maybe 16. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm going straight to hell. But this is going to be funny. And I might be a comedian someday. So I invite him in my room. We sit down in a little stoner circle. I light up a cool menthol cigarette, and I pass it to the left like it's a joint. Let me tell you, the night would have gone a hell of a lot better if I didn't smoke hundreds. These kids were taking the biggest fucking drags off this cigarette they could possibly handle. But if you're wondering where the punchline comes in, it's the fact that they were holding it in as long as they could just to get the full effect. Man, by the end of the night, one of the kids was fucking passed out on my hotel room floor. I was trying to get his lazy-ass friend to help him, but he was too busy throwing up blood in my hotel room bathroom that I didn't even have to clean up. But I did. And this is the part of the joke where a lot of people look at me like, dude, what the fuck? I have children. It's illegal, in fact, immoral, to provide tobacco products to minors. And that's where you're right. But it's not illegal or immoral to make up the end of a joke because the real life scenario just wasn't that funny. You guys really want to know what happened? I'll tell you. Everything up to the part about where I said, the phone call that said, "Did you say meow?" That part's true. After that, I say, "Yeah, meow, 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 motherfucker, you're obviously not speaking my language." Hang up the phone and continue doing what I was doing. Completely legally and morally masturbating while Law & Order Special Victims Unit just happened to be on TV. I love Law & Order Special Victims Unit, you guys. One day, I had one of my lady friends tell me that she had gotten Law & Order Special Victims Unit ruined for her. And I thought that was the most nonchalant way to ever tell somebody that you've been raped. It's kind of fucked up. But that's just who I am. You guys, I'm going to leave you on this. There's a very, very serious problem in this country. And that problem is Jewish racism. That's right. Jews are the highest discriminated against minority on this planet. Right second to Polish people. That's right. In fact, my ethnicity is Jewish, and it's because of Jewish racism that I had to quit my job at Pizza Hut. That's right, you guys. They rejected my petition to remove the ovens. And that was fucking racist. But the other day, I heard something worse. I heard somebody compare both our current president, Barack Obama, and our last president, George W. Bush, both to Hitler in the same fucking sentence. And I took offense to that. Some of you guys might not, but I did. And I thought, if we had to break it down and we had to see which one, Bush or Obama, was more like Hitler, I'd say, yeah, Bush is a war criminal. He invaded another country. There were racial tendencies, there were material tendencies. That's kind of Hitlerish. Not to mention, his dad fucking sucked. But it was Barack Obama's idea to raise taxes on those making more than $250,000 a year. And last time I checked, Hitler didn't like the Jews either. You guys, I want you to think on that joke. But my name is Cameron versus Humanity, and I hope I've left you wanting less. Let's smoke some fucking pot. Give it up for the 420 comic, Mr. Jeffrey Peterson!
Groundbreaking. Dude, this guy, he's fucking only been doing comedy a year. Give him a huge round of applause, man. Future shining star right there. Keep that applause going because I'm not going to fuck around anymore. We got our other headliner, you guys, from Sketchy Entertainment. Keep your applause going right now for Chris Carlton. You guys, one of Denver's favorite. Right on, brother.
Thank you, my friend.
What is up, iBake Lounge? How y'all doing? Yes, everybody is here wearing weird helmets and goggles. Like when I wandered in here, I thought I wandered into the most psychotic biker clubhouse that I've ever fucking seen. He's wearing a helmet with marijuana leaves on both sides. You got like the goggles on and shit. And there's people selling bargain balls. That's just one of those, that's a word that's fun to say. Bargain balls. That's where I want to go for a ball that holds my lighter and my bong. If I'm looking for a prosthetic nut, nope. Not where I want to go. Not where I want to go. So I'm up here pacing around on a banner. This is weird. Whose idea was this? Jeffrey, where are you at? Let's just let the comics walk around on it. What? It's pinned to Burning Man, he said. It looks a little singed around the sides, man, but... Right before I get off stage, remind me to lick it. It's going to get real up in here, motherfuckers. How y'all doing? My God, recreational marijuana is legal now. Fuck. I have grown up in this state. I've got the Denver skyline and 303 tattooed across my fucking back. I'm not a native, but I've grown up out here. My dad was in the Navy. I was born in San Diego. Let's try to forget about all that. But yeah, Colorado, man. This state, when I was in junior high, you could get pulled over with a joint, and they'd treat you like a fucking criminal. You'd get arrested, and sometimes you get a fine. It just depended on how much. And now I can wander into a store and buy a bag of weed, and they give me a fucking receipt and charge me an obscene amount of fucking tax. Congratulations, Denver. Weed is now more expensive here than in states where it's actually still illegal. Good job. Good job, y'all. Man. Oh, here's the thing. Cool, whatever she said. What's weird to me, like I said, marijuana used to be illegal here like it is everywhere else. And now, for a while there, we were like supplying the rest of the country with weed. There were so many people growing weed in this state. It was like everybody. It was like everybody's growing weed. It's like as a civilization, we finally reached the point where you could like roll through town and start smelling skunk, and you're not like, oh, somebody hit a skunk. You're like, somebody's holding. Who is it? Who the fuck is it? It's great that we finally got to that point as a civilization. But at the same time, like so many people were smuggling weed out of Denver that it made it weird. It makes sense. We're a big square state right in the middle of the country, and we're supplying the rest of the country with weed, and it cracks me the fuck up. Being a blue-collar guy from Colorado that now we're stealing jobs from Mexicans. My God, that used to be their job, right? Right? But it's like I don't buy weed from guys named Jose anymore. I buy it from guys named Chad, Todd. They own dispensaries. Guys I used to do construction with. Crazy shit. Here's a fact. I don't know if y'all know it or not. States that have legalized medical marijuana, did you know that the suicide rate is drastically decreasing in every single one of those states by 50% or more? You guys should give it up for that or some shit. Yeah, seriously. People are no longer so depressed. People are no longer so depressed that they're killing themselves, or they're forgetting to fucking kill themselves. It's just like, dude, I got so fucking baked yesterday. Whoosh, totally forgot to kill myself, man. I had this whole plan. I was going to run the car in the garage, and I couldn't find my keys. See, yeah, this is the only place that joke lands. Everybody else is like, what is he talking about? Yes, my people. Walking around here on a dopest show on earth. Banner. Here's some weird medical trivia. I don't know if you know this or not. Scientists in Sweden have discovered that a modified version of the drug MDMA kills cancer cells in lab rats. I am not making that up. Cross my heart, hope to die. That is an actual fact. And this is not an insensitive cancer joke. Don't get me wrong, all right? My grandma died of cancer. And I'm going to tell you this right now. If she would have been on ecstasy in her last days, it would have been a lot more fun. It wouldn't have been as much of a bummer for everybody else, it's just like, imagine you're at the cancer center, You're parked, you're 150 feet from the door. You can already hear. You walk in, they're smearing vapor rub all over each other's bald chemo heads. You're just like, wow, look at that. Wow. Oh, do you want a back rub? Oh, let me play with your turkey waddle. That shit is so cool. That shit is so cool. Oh, this gown. This gown is so soft. It's open in the back. It's like, Grandma, stop that. That is creepy. You know what the next step is, right? People that have been in Colorado for a while, you know what the next step is, right? There's going to be all these medical ecstasy dispensaries sprouting up all up and down Santa Fe, Broadway. You're going to go in there, you're going to talk to a doctor. He's going to be like, does your head hurt? No, not really. No, he'd be like, does your head hurt? Yeah, my head hurts like a lot. He's like, congratulations, you have cancer. Here's your prescription, here's your ID card, and here's your glow sticks. Side effects include dry mouth, dizziness, and enjoying Skrillex's music. Yeah. I brought notes too, see? They're on my hand. What else is going on? I live in Denver. And, yes, that's a segue. No segues here. No segues. No segues. No segues. I live in Denver. Has anybody else been here for a while? Anyone else in here? Just that guy? I'm surrounded by nothing but out-of-towners. There used to be neighborhoods in Denver that were really scary neighborhoods. They're like you didn't go there unless you were looking for like meth or to get raped. It was just bad, you know. And they're gentrifying all these neighborhoods now. And it's like 5 Points is a perfect example. Has anybody here been to 5 Points? Yeah. What'd you think? Eh? Oh, shit. 5 Points used to be Denver's version of Harlem, though. That's the thing. Now, no. Here's the thing. 5 Points used to be nothing but crackheads. And now it's nothing but hipsters and crackheads. And it's weird. It's weird because like they form a symbiont circle because one of them pawns old school Nintendos and the other one plays old school Nintendos. So it's like a weird symbiont circle that they got going on. It's like they moved in, they're like, wow, the pawn shops are already full of old school Nintendos. The crackheads are like, how the fuck did this shit happen? And it's like the gangster element is still there. There's like all these hard ass G's walking through the neighborhood and the hipsters are there. And like they see them and they're like, wow, that's a really nice do-rag. I was thinking about painting my Vespa that color. So it's like, oh my God, dude, it's fucking ridiculous. Well, it's all I'm saying is just hipsters are ruining the whole landscape. They are. Remember in the old days when it was easy to find Waldo in the crowd? Now every fucking guy looks like Waldo. They're all wearing that stupid stocking cap and the scarf. They got a wizard and a dog with them. It's fucking weird. Fucking hipsters. The other thing that this whole marijuana thing has created is there's a lot of like douchebag trust fund grad school hippies moving out here. And it's like as smart as these guys are, and I know a lot of them, they get on my nerves a little bit because they preach at people. They've never worked a day in their life. Their job skills include, playing hacky sack and smoking weed and preaching at people. And I kind of don't want them here. And I have an idea how to get rid of them. A 7-day music festival in the middle of the ocean called Drowning Man. It'll work. It will. It's all inclusive. It's just like, it'd be easy to promote, It's just like, hey, bro, do you like Fish? Yeah, I love Fish. They're like the best band ever. It's like, yeah, the band. That's what I was talking about. Here's your all-inclusive cinder block. Enjoy the show. I'll be dropping you off by helicopter. Okay, let's do some weed jokes. Oh, well, just no. I don't have that many weed jokes. I just got jokes that people on weed will appreciate. Let's, Sam Elliott. Raise your hand if you know who this guy is. Most of the older guys will know who this is, all right? Yeah, he's a badass, right? He's like the cowboy guy, It's like he hasn't been in a movie in a minute. He is not. He's doing voice work for commercials now, like the American Beef Council, Coors Light, Dodge pickups. I mean, if you're trying to sell a steak, a beer, or a truck, this is the guy you want to hear. But I think he needs to branch out a little bit. I think it'd be really funny if Sam did a douche commercial and just aimed it at lesbians, like butch lesbians, And it could work. It'd be, do you ever get that unfresh feeling in the morning? Does a summer's eve have you feeling a little more rugged and powerful than you care to be south of the border? Do you have a hankering for a vagina as crisp and clean as Rocky Mountain spring water? The Massengill whiskey and water may be right up your alley, Sally. Now available in 3 new scents: patchouli, sandalwood, and gray flannel. See, because lesbians always smell like one of those 3 things. If you know any, or all of those 3 things. Abercrombie and Fitch? Is that still a thing? That's still around? Abercrombie and Fitch. The only dudes I know are Abercrombie and Fitch are like white kids from the burbs. And lesbians, apparently. Lesbians are all over the Abercrombie and Fitch. That's good news to me. I walk into a club smelling that, I'm like, I'm in the wrong place, man. These chicks ain't need a dick at all. I need to leave. My God. Energy drink. Sorry, y'all. I've been sick as shit. I watch way too much TV. Like a lot of you. I watch way too much TV because it gives me shit to talk about on stage. It's like, let me give you an example, all right? Remember a couple of years ago when Whitney Houston died? Yes, I'm going there, all right? This happened. This really happened. I'm not making this up. Her funeral was televised. And like I was just flipping through the channels one day, and there was her coffin sitting there, and I'm like, who is this? I thought it was a president or something that died. Nope, Whitney Houston. But yeah, it was like... I'm sitting there watching that, and they're like, we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. And UPS was the first commercial they played. All right, let that resonate. I think some of you still don't get it. Okay, Whitney Houston's funeral is being sponsored by a company whose slogan is, "What can Brown do for you?" Yeah, that's a little fucked up, right? Right? And what's more ironic about Whitney Houston is all that money she spent on Coke, she got to do in Pepsi commercials. Just something but I love commercials. My favorite commercial right now is the Carfax commercial. You guys have seen this, right? It's like a background check for a used car if you're buying one. You know, it's like you can just run the VIN number or whatever. But it's like I started thinking, I'd be like, wouldn't it be great if we had this for things we actually spend money on? Like, fellas, bag me up on here. Like, say you're on a date with a girl you met online, all right? You know, and she's talking, and she's like, yeah, I'm a respectable girl. I've only had like 3 boyfriends. Yeah. You're like, yeah. I took the liberty of pulling your VagFax printout. And she's like, VagFax? I'm like, yeah, your vaginal history report? I'm turning a lot of pages to represent, he's the only one that gets it, to represent what a huge whore she probably is. It's just like, wow, look at this. I mean, according to this, your lady part's got a lot of miles on them, girl. You've been rear-ended a few times, too. Shit. Look at that. See, back in 1998, you got blackout drunk and banged the whole football team when you were in college. 2010, that year alone, you hooked up with 56 guys and 3 chicks? I don't know how to tell you this, girl, but it sounds to me like you're, just my type, So why don't we just skip this whole dinner, get to know each other thing, and just start doing shots? Go back to your place. Like you did with that other dude last Friday. Show me the VagFax for the educated vagina consumer. The first time I did that joke, this guy comes up to me after a show. It was like in some little bitty fucking building. He's like, dude, you can never have Carfax for women because women don't have a VIN number. I'm like, yes. Brace yourselves, all right? Guys, women have a VIN number. You just can't find it. The VIN number is on the G-spot in Braille. I want all you fellas to go home tonight and look for that fucking VIN number, all right? The relationship you save may be your own, The slower boyfriends are going to go home and get on Google and try to learn Braille. It's just, I took what the comedian said literally, and now I'm a dumbass again. Okay. How am I doing over there, guys? All right. Yeah. See, here's what's weird. If they had Carfax for guys, it'd be like 40 to 80 pages of just incidents. Not even people that we've laid, just weird shit we've done to ourselves when nobody else is watching. She'd be on a day just flipping through this thing, just like, oh my god, why don't you stick your dick in a jar of peanut butter? Why don't you stick your dick in a vacuum cleaner? Why does it burn when you pee? That means somebody's talking about my wiener, right? That's what I'm going with. Let me see. How long have I been up here?
3 hours.
Really? Okay. Let's do some Facebook jokes. Y'all on Facebook? That's something everybody can identify with, right? Bargain balls are like sitting here like, oh my God, no, he's not going to do this to us. Not Facebook. I'm on there all day. That's how I became a comedian. It's just like, watch this. I'm going to say something funny and just wait. That's how I became a comedian. Seriously, yeah, it was a big jump getting to the stage. I was like, this is nothing like updating my status. It was weird. But, yeah, Facebook has become just a monster. Like you can literally run your knuckle across the keyboard in that little search bar, and 50 pages and groups pop up with that exact fucking name. It's getting crazy. Let me give you an example. Stephen Hawking. Y'all know who that is, right? The genius in a wheelchair that talks to everybody through a computer. He has a Facebook page, and now he's talking to everybody through another fucking computer. And he's just up there. Yeah, he's just it's a weird paradox, right? He's just up there all day. He's just like, OMG, discovered several flaws in Einstein's theory of relativity today. But I need my diaper changed. Sideways frowny face, ... Stephen, make us stinky. It's just Hustler Magazine. Hustler Magazine has 8 different Facebook pages. 8. And they keep getting stuck together. Soon they'll have 10 of them. Soon they will have 10. The Prophet Muhammad has a Facebook page. And he sent me a friend request. And I didn't accept it because, frankly, I don't trust motherfuckers ain't got a profile pic, man. I wish it was deeper than that. It is not. One guy got that joke. One guy got that joke. Love it. The God Allah has a Facebook page too, but in order to be down with him, I gotta send him 5 messages a day on his page, and my computer's got to be facing Mecca. It's just way more than I want to deal with. But at the same time, I'm curious about the Muslim religion because, like most Americans, all I know about the Muslim religion is what I've seen on 24, and that is not good. I know 2 things. 1, they love killing them some motherfucking infidels. And 2, they get 72 virgins in heaven when they die. And that doesn't really sound that great to me. Has anybody in here ever been with a virgin? That would be a nightmare. Spending, eternity with 72 women that don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'd rather be, give me 72 divorcees. They know a trick or two, man. I guarantee it. And the other thing is, what do the Muslim women get? Do the Muslim women get virgins in heaven too? Because ladies, back me up. That sounds like a fucking nightmare, right? You've seen the male virgin population, right? If you've ever had your computer repaired, or if you've ever been to a comic book store, That's it. That's the population, you know. Imagine you're the Muslim woman. You're like, oh, yes, I lived a totally good Muslim life. You get to heaven, and there's 72 guys that died in a plane crash on their way to a fucking Star Trek convention or something. I think I'm going to end on that one. Where is Jeffrey Peterson? Thank you. I have not been on stage in a month, and I'm sick.
Give it up for both these guys right here, man. Sketchy Entertainment. They're going to be here again tomorrow, you guys. Give them a big round of applause. And all the comedians you've seen tonight. Roland A. Doobie right there. Carol Morris. Where's Carol Morris? Right there. Give her a big round of applause. Bear Quattlebaum pizzas, man. They got to be delivered. They don't deliver themselves. He went home to masturbate. He whispered that in my ear. That's okay, but we're going to be back here tomorrow. Give it up for Dawn Marie, you guys, from Mile High 420 Nurses. And, of course, Little Tree Tokes. iBake, thanks for having us here, you guys. Yeah. And we can't say enough about balls. Enough about my balls. The bargain balls, you guys. One more time. So I want to give these guys a big round of applause one more time. Thank you, guys. Pink sunglasses. What really knocked me out is in pink sunglasses. I've been noticing some people, Don Marie. This guy right there in the back, quietly, just this guy, Sean, right there, sitting right there in the back, quietly just chilling. He's been chuckling like a motherfucker. This is for him. Give it up for Sean right there. Oh, my God. It takes balls to have bargain balls. Look at these guys. This dude right here, what's your name, playa? John? John's just been laughing like a motherfucker. You got a pair of balls, buddy, right there. Big time. Big time. And I've seen some other people. What's this photographer dude? What's your name, bro? Gordon? He's the Gordon Fisherman. Give it to him. He's got some nuts on that thing.
That's Gordman's.
That's the Gordon Fisherman. Yeah. And you know what? I noticed someone else right here. See, another shy person that's been laughing, because I love that about stoners. This young lady right there. Give her a big round of applause. Yes. She just got some bargain balls. So you guys.
She's got another pair of balls in each purse.
So you guys rock, man. Thank you for for coming out to the show. You guys had fun here at the Dopest Show on Earth tonight? Now, we're going to be back here tomorrow, you guys, doing it again with some of the same comedians, some of different comedians, but we're doing different shit. I'm going to be doing a completely different act. You won't see any of the fucking same shit. So, you guys, thanks for coming out. Give yourselves a big round of applause, and thanks for coming to the Dopest Show on Earth.
Let's get fucking stoned.
I wanted to say something on the microphone, too.
Woo! He did too. Once again, okay. Weird biker helmet guy. Here he is.
You reminded me of my favorite Facebook joke, and it was